At the very beginning of the story, we're introduced to a magician named Mr. K, performing his magic on a stage. His tricks are actually impressive, but strangely, the audience barely pays attention. It's as if no one truly sees him. After the show, Mr. K arrives at a remote hotel located in the middle of nowhere. The moment he steps in, something feels off. The hotel manager's dog begins growling at him aggressively, almost as if it senses danger, or maybe recognizes something about Mr. K that we don't yet understand. The next morning, Mr. K is supposed to perform at a cafe near the hotel. When he asks the manager for directions, she oddly tells him she'll explain everything tomorrow. Confused but tired, Mr. K is taken to his room, where the manager carefully lists out the rules of the hotel, adding to the growing tension. Later, while walking through the corridor, Mr. K notices a small child. Trying to lift the child's mood, he performs a simple magic trick and suddenly pulls a butterfly out of thin air. It's a beautiful moment, until the manager shoots him an angry look. The child instantly runs away, and the warmth of the scene disappears just as quickly as it arrived. Back in his room, Mr. K begins unpacking, but then he freezes. He notices a pair of legs sticking out from under the bed. When he bends down, he comes face to face with an old man silently staring at him. Without saying a single word, the man calmly walks out of the room. Shaken, Mr. K opens the cupboard, only to discover a maid hiding inside. Just like the old man, she leaves without a word. No explanations, no reactions, just silence. Moments later, Mr. K sees two people talking in the hallway. The instant they notice him, they walk away as if he's not supposed to be there. Alone again, Mr. K opens his suitcase, finds one of his own performance posters, and angrily tears it in half, perhaps a sign of his growing frustration or fading identity. What he doesn't notice is something far more disturbing. The wallpaper in his room is moving, and water is slowly leaking through it. The next morning, as Mr. K prepares to leave, he jokingly tries to scare the maid, still unaware of how strange this place truly is. When he enters the main hall, he sees a word written in red letters on the wall: Liberator. He keeps walking, trying to find the exit, but there is no exit. Every path seems blocked. The doors lead nowhere. Suddenly, he hears strange noises coming from inside the pipes. The entire building begins to shake. The lights flicker violently. Then panels open from the walls and musicians emerge, playing loud, unsettling music as if this chaos is part of a performance. Terrified, Mr. K starts running, but no matter where he goes, the musicians follow him. He runs upstairs, but they appear there too. Panic takes over. Finally, an old woman opens a door, and Mr. K quickly hides inside her room, desperate for safety. Inside the room, Mr. K sees two women. The moment he steps in, everything becomes too much for him, and he suddenly faints. After some time, he regains consciousness on one of the woman's sofas. When she learns that Mr. K is a magician, her mood instantly changes. She becomes excited and casually asks him something deeply unsettling. "Can you show me how to cut people in half?" The question completely throws Mr. K off. Uncomfortable and confused, he makes an excuse, saying he's remembered some urgent work and needs to leave. "I'll come back later," he says, trying to escape the situation. The women then take him to a floor map of the hotel. On it, "You are here" is clearly marked, but once again, there's no exit shown anywhere. When Mr. K asks them about it, they calmly explain that they haven't left the hotel in years. Their legs have grown too weak, they say. "We can't walk that far anymore." Before he leaves, they tell him that if he needs any help, he should visit the Oracle. As a small, gentle gesture, Mr. K performs a quick magic trick and produces a flower for one of the women. Then he quietly walks away. Back in the corridor, the lights begin flickering again. Suddenly, children come running past him, laughing and disappearing into the darkness. At the same time, a woman named Melinda walks from one room into another. Mr. K follows her, hoping for answers, but the door shuts before he can reach it. In the middle of all this confusion, something worse happens. The children steal Mr. K's suitcase. Panicking, he runs after them. But when he opens the door they disappeared through, there's nothing inside except a cupboard. Moments later, Mr. K notices the band members once again gathering at the end of the corridor. Two waiters panic, rush past him, and hide inside a cupboard. With nowhere else to go, Mr. K follows them. This leads him into a large hall where the band is already playing loudly. A woman named Gaga notices him and announces that a new guest has arrived. She pulls Mr. K forward and forces him to sit at the main table, as if he's part of some twisted ceremony. All Mr. K wants is his suitcase. Gaga says she'll go look for it, but before he can do anything, a waiter forces him to sit down and starts serving him food. When Mr. K tries to peek into another room, searching for a way out, a silent man repeatedly blocks his path. He barely speaks. He just stands there, stopping Mr. K every time. And at this point, it becomes painfully clear. This hotel isn't just strange, it's controlling him. The music continues to play, and the song is praised over and over, almost like a ritual. After a while, Gaga returns and tells Mr. K the worst possible news. His suitcase hasn't been found. Soon after, she walks away, and the band abruptly pushes Mr. K out of the room. Now, the entire hall erupts in loud shouting and chaos. Mr. K looks at his watch and suddenly realizes something painful. He has missed his magic show. Out of nowhere, a waiter trips and falls, and his tray lands directly in Mr. K's hands. Without giving him any choice, Melinda lines him up with the other waiters and leads him straight into the kitchen. There, she hands him an apron and forces him onto the cooking line, as if this has always been his place. A man named Anton explains the situation. He tells Mr. K that Melinda is the chef's daughter, and having her work there is a privilege. According to Anton, Mr. K should consider himself lucky. Trying to prove he doesn't belong here, Mr. K tells everyone he's a magician. He performs a few tricks, playing with eggs, juggling effortlessly, but Melinda barely reacts. She simply tells him to be on time tomorrow. After work, Mr. K is taken to a shared sleeping room where all the workers lie exhausted. That night, he has a horrifying dream, blood slowly leaking from a crack in the wall. The next morning, Anton wakes him up. Mr. K notices something strange. His clothes look worn out and aged, as if he's been there for years. Anton casually gives him another worker's pants, like this is completely normal. Back in the kitchen, Mr. K once again hears those unnerving sounds coming from the pipes. Anton brushes it off, saying the water system is faulty and there's nothing to worry about. Completely drained, Mr. K tries to leave, but suddenly, Melinda pulls him into the storeroom. She pushes him against the furniture and forces herself on him, doing whatever she wants. Mr. K is powerless to stop it. After this disturbing incident, he is taken to the chef's office. The chef delivers a long, obsessive lecture about eggs, speaking as if they hold some deep philosophical meaning. He then offers Mr. K a drink, telling him that he likes him, and that maybe, one day, he'll start sharing all his knowledge with him. Later, Mr. K returns to his room. He now has several books given to him by the chef. Anton picks up one of them and starts reading. Trying to distract himself, Mr. K performs a small magic trick with bubbles. But just as before, that same eerie sound echoes through the pipes once again. Mr. K steps out of his room and locks the door behind him. He stretches his arms wide, measuring the distance between the two walls, as if trying to understand the space around him, or maybe confirm that the room itself is changing. He then enters the bathroom and shuts the door. Suddenly, the door handle starts moving from the outside. It keeps turning again and again until Mr. K finally says, "Brother, I'm inside." A soft voice responds from the other side, "Is it really you, the Liberator?" Mr. K is completely confused. He has no idea what that means. The voice urgently says that there isn't much time left. And then something terrifying happens. A panel below the bathroom opens and multiple hands reach inside, grabbing at him. Panicking, Mr. K kicks them away and shouts that they've got the wrong person. "I'm not who you think I am." The hands grab his legs and begin pulling him. With immense effort, Mr. K finally manages to free himself. Shaken, terrified, and utterly confused, he decides to spend the entire night locked inside the bathroom. The next morning, Anton comes to pick him up for work, but the moment Mr. K steps out, he vomits. That's when he notices something horrifying. The same word, liberator, is now written on the walls here as well. When Mr. K asks Anton what it means, Anton casually tells him to ignore it. He says it's probably just a joke. Some bad people must have written it, he claims, brushing it off like it's nothing. They return to the kitchen, where Anton reveals something deeply unsettling. He says he's been working in this hotel for 7 years, and he can't even remember the last time he went outside. He doesn't know the exit anymore, because he's never needed it. Just then, the manager's dog approaches Mr. K, and moments later, the manager himself enters the kitchen. Mr. K immediately follows him, desperate for answers, but after a few turns, the manager vanishes. Now completely overwhelmed, Mr. K goes to the chef's office and demands to quit. He believes that if he's fired, he'll finally be able to leave the hotel, but the chef refuses. Instead, he tells Mr. K to stay, offering him a promotion. On one condition, never talk about leaving again. Mr. K refuses. Hearing this, the chef breaks down in tears. He falls to his knees and begs Mr. K to trust him, saying that losing is not an option here. The chef then takes Mr. K to a new kitchen area and gifts him a beautiful private hut, something no other worker seems to have. Seeing this, Anton becomes visibly jealous. After the shift ends, Mr. K tries to talk to Anton, hoping to clear things up, but Anton is furious. He accuses Mr. K of wanting to climb to the top, even if it means dragging others down along the way. After such a bizarre and exhausting day, Mr. K doesn't even have the strength to argue anymore. And at this point, the hotel hasn't just trapped him physically, It has started breaking him mentally. Mr. K gives up trying to explain himself and says, "Brother, believe whatever you want." Exhausted, he returns to his room and falls asleep. But even in his sleep, he keeps hearing those haunting sounds of pipes echoing inside the walls. To make sure nothing strange happens, he ties a rope from the window to the door, hoping it will alert him if the room changes during the night. When he wakes up the next morning, the rope is loose. That can only mean one thing: the room has become smaller. The walls feel closer, and the sounds are now violently shaking the entire room. Terrified, Mr. K runs to Anton and tells him the truth, that the hotel is shrinking. He spreads his arms and shows him, "Look, I can touch both walls at the same time." Anton doesn't believe him at first. But when they enter the kitchen, there's complete chaos. The staff is panicking. Everyone is complaining about the lack of space. That's when Mr. K loses his patience. He begs the chef to fire everyone so they can all escape the hotel. But the chef refuses again, coldly saying, "We will keep cooking for the guests." This pushes Mr. K over the edge. He climbs onto a table and shouts at everyone, "Does your life have no value?" In response, the staff begins banging their utensils, creating a deafening noise. The chef suddenly clutches his chest and collapses in pain. Yet even then, he screams for Mr. K to be thrown out of the kitchen. The staff drags Mr. K outside and slams the door shut. Lost and helpless, Mr. K goes back to the two sisters' room. There, he sees something unbelievable. The guests are moving their furniture into the corridor because their rooms are shrinking too. There's simply no space left. Mr. K helps them pull out a sofa, and one of them says something chilling: "There is some divine power inside this hotel." After that, the sisters return to their room and begin playing music loudly, as if surrendering to the madness. Mr. K goes back to his own room. When he opens a drawer, he finds a map. At the same time, the sounds inside the walls grow louder and more violent. The pipes shake again. Suddenly, the band starts marching down the corridor. Gaga is with them. The kitchen staff joins in, banging their tools like instruments. Even the manager starts dancing. Then a pipe bursts. Water begins dripping through the wallpaper. Mr. K clutches his head as a splitting pain takes over. A crack forms in the wall. His room's window shatters, and he falls to the ground. All the sound stops. Mr. K slowly looks through the broken glass and sees the other walls of the hotel, pressed impossibly close. Then, one by one, all the windows burst, and he collapses back onto the bed. Silence. After everything that's happened, Mr. K finally decides to fight back in his own way. He pastes the map he found onto the wall and adds a small hand-drawn sketch of the corridor that he made earlier. The room has become even smaller, so he throws some of the furniture out through the window to make space. From the cupboard, he takes out a piece of chalk and begins walking through the corridors, desperately searching for an exit door. As he walks, he marks the walls and floors with chalk, carefully sketching everything into his notebook to complete the map. He manages to find some food in a storage room, helping him survive. Sometimes he peeks into the kitchen, but Melinda glares at him and chases him away every time. Slowly, the map grows larger and more complicated, so much so that it starts to lose all logic. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Mr. K shouts out the window, "I will not give up." As time passes, more and more furniture fills the corridors because the rooms keep shrinking. One day, Mr. K notices something disturbing. The manager's dog is licking the wall. Suddenly, the lights go out. Mr. K assumes he's alone. But then, a flashlight turns on, and fear grips him. The man holding the torch is the same old man Mr. K once found hiding under his bed. Shocked, the man drops the flashlight and vanishes the moment Mr. K picks it up. Mr. K looks around, the lights come back on, and there the man is again, standing at the far end of the corridor. Mr. K asks him countless questions, but the man says nothing. Each time Mr. K approaches, the man slowly steps back. The next morning, Mr. K wakes up in his bed and finds the same old man sleeping near his feet. He tries to wake him, but there's no response. Later, as Mr. K continues working on his map, the man silently follows him everywhere. Mr. K eventually gives him a sweet, and only then does the man finally walk away. That's when Mr. K notices something moving inside a crack in the wall. When he pulls back the wallpaper, he discovers a strange creature stuck inside the wall, covered in tentacles like many flexible hands. The moment Mr. K touches it, the creature begins to tremble, and the entire building shakes violently. The manager also senses something is wrong and begins searching for the cause. Mr. K tries to pry the creature off the wall using a tray, but once again the hotel starts shaking. The lights flicker and a pipe suddenly bursts. Realizing the danger, Mr. K leaves the corridor. Once again, he sees the word Liberator written on the walls. When he returns to his room, the same silent man is there. Mr. K drinks some wine, turns around, and suddenly sees a whole family sitting around his bed. staring at him. Back in the main corridor, the manager is desperately trying to pin the creature to the wall, and when Mr. K resumes mapping, he realizes something terrifying. The corridors are now completely filled with people. Suddenly, everyone starts following Mr. K, almost as if he's some kind of god or savior. Overwhelmed and furious, he shouts at them, "Don't touch me." But then a thought crosses his mind. Maybe he can use this. He hands out paper and chalk and asks everyone to help him map the hotel. Excited and hopeful, the people spread out happily. Mr. K climbs on top of the piled up furniture to look for the manager, but he suddenly slips, hits his head, and loses consciousness. When he opens his eyes, he's back in his room. What he sees crushes him. Everyone has eaten his food, but not a single part of the map has been drawn. One man is even casually using Mr. K's toothbrush. Furious, Mr. K starts making rules for everyone, but no one listens. More and more people begin entering through the doors and even the windows. Desperate, Mr. K goes to the kitchen, but the kitchen has become tiny and suffocating. Moss covers every corner, and the staff is still drinking there, just like before, as if nothing matters anymore. Mr. K feels completely lost. Suddenly, Anton appears behind him and asks him to come inside. Mr. K refuses. He says he can't live a false life anymore. Anton calmly replies, "Your truth is no better than anyone else's truth." Mr. K doesn't understand what Anton means. Confused and defeated, he returns to his room, but this time the door won't open. People are sleeping in front of it, blocking the way. With no other choice, Mr. K lies down and sleeps in the corridor. As he sleeps, the hotel itself seems to react. Wallpaper peels off and covers him like a blanket. The next morning, a phone starts ringing. Mr. K wakes up instantly and runs toward his room, but he watches in horror as a guest answers the phone and hangs it up. This was his last hope. Mr. K completely loses control. He grabs the man and starts screaming, "Are you insane? That was our only chance. You destroyed it." He becomes so violent that others have to pull him away. The crowd turns against him. They accuse him of giving them false hope. "You can't find any exit," they shout. Mr. K desperately tries to explain, "I never said I was your savior," but no one listens. Slowly, the entire corridor becomes covered in moss, and then something surreal happens. A rabbit appears in the hallway. Mr. K notices that the rabbit is carrying his suitcase. Relief flashes across his face. He opens it, and suddenly a dog comes running toward him. Mr. K chases after the dog and notices men clearing squares from the walls. It hits him. They're working against him, trying to trap him inside the hotel forever. Enraged, he yells at everyone to shoo them away and runs to his room. There, he grabs a broom and fiercely drives everyone out, reclaiming some control. Calming down for a moment, he looks at his bed and discovers pieces of the map tucked under the sheets. But chaos continues. Objects start coming in through the windows on their own, and people from another room begin throwing things at him to punish him. Thinking quickly, Mr. K breaks the bed and blocks the window with its wood. Then, a ceiling light wobbles dangerously, almost falling on him. But as he turns aside, he notices a hole in the ceiling. Peering down are the same two sisters, offering him coffee while he tries to piece together the map. Determined, Mr. K decides to go out and create new map pieces, but a mob blocks the corridor, including Anton and Melinda. Seeing no way through, he rushes back to his room, places a chair to barricade the door, and braces himself as people bang loudly and throw objects through the windows. The sisters whisper something cryptic. The way out is not always where you came from. Weary but resolute, Mr. K opens drawers and moves cupboards, only to discover a strange tentacle-like object on the wall. A scary tunnel. The sisters comment that the tunnel is beautiful but also disgusting. Though afraid, Mr. K decides to take the risk alone. As he moves through the tunnel, he sees light ahead, but a layer blocks his way. When he touches it, the strange creature emits a sound. "What do you want?" Mr. K concentrates, realizing how exhausted he is, but he steels himself, thinking, "I want to be free." Suddenly, the crowd breaks into his room. They hear the creature and believe it is the oracle, a way to speak to God. Everyone kneels and prays. People start entering the tunnel, accidentally hurting the creature, and the hotel walls begin to shake. Mr. K realizes he is pushing the creature, but he doesn't stop. The manager bursts in, shouting, "You are a murderer," but Mr. K ignores him. He keeps pushing until the creature emerges. Darkness envelops everything. Then, Mr. K finds himself floating in water. The creature reaches him, grabs his leg, and pulls him toward the light. And in that moment, Mr. K is finally free. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the strange, surreal, and thrilling world of the hotel, make sure to like this video and subscribe.